Alright, making sure the streaming is happening. Alright, so stream is up and running. I should get some kind of like starts like some kind of screen that isn't just the emulator menu for this. Anyway, we're starting to look at today in the third set of games from the PS1 launch day, starting with NBA Jam Tournament Edition. So this is the, I guess, follow-up or extended edition or extra edition, what have you, of the, was it 1993 arcade game, NBA Jam? They made some changes, they made a few tweaks and changes to the game and then put it back out in like 94, 95 as a tournament edition. It's mostly the same game, as far as I understand. But hey, you want a new arcade cabinet to sell to arcade owners, so hey, why not? And this is the PS1 port of that. Now, this thing was ported to just about every console on Earth in 1995. And you can tell it's a arcade game because you have very few game options here, right? You can play it single player, you can do like multiplayer, or nothing else. So let's just jump into a game here. I'd rather not do this. I mean, it looks and sounds right, you know, for the time. Okay. So yeah, you got all the teams. It's a 2-on-2 basketball game. The thing here is that you can choose
Showtime!
Between 2 out of 3 players.
Mavericks.
I forget how that's done though, so oh well. But that was a change made for the tournament edition. And I do need to preface this by saying that I am terrible at this video game. You know, you have some light tutorial here. You know, hold shoot button. That's not helpful if you don't know what the button mapping is. You got turbo, which I think was added to tournament edition, maybe? Who knows? So even on very easy, this AI is, let's say, unfriendly.
Jackson.
I think unforgiving is a better word for it.
Fancy move.
So yeah, I'm not good at this game, and the AI doesn't give me much of a chance to get better at it.
Jackson. Excuse me.
Again, this is on very easy. I'm doing this. And I mean, this was meant to be played in 2-player, right? Like, you're not supposed to be playing this on your own.
Excuse me. Smith, the score is tied.
Yeah, this is taking a lot of concentration on my part to try and play this. Or to lose at this requires a lot of concentration on my part. Because, hell if I know what I'm doing.
Grabs the rebound. To Jackson. To Davis. To Jackson. Deliver the facial. Smith. Boom shakalaka.
But yeah, like the sound design is there. I mean, like, that's what you play this game for, is the commentator sounds, you know? Like you want to hear the boom shakalaka, except when it's being done against you. That's usually not fun.
Davis. He's heating up. Delivers the facial. To Jackson. Boom shakalaka.
So yeah, I don't particularly enjoy this game.
To Blaylock.
I don't have a good time here.
Yes. The turnover. To Jackson.
And yeah, playing with someone who's at a similar skill level as you, and you're learning off of each other and putting quarters into a machine, and trash talking and doing all the things that you do when you play arcade games with another person. That's probably fun.
Jackson grabs the rebound.
This isn't fun though.
Smith grabs the rebound. Excuse me. He's heating up.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about this game. All right, it's a relatively small game. If people who were like teenagers in the '90s are, oh man, it's the greatest game ever made, or something like that. But yeah, not a good time, just in general.
Davis grabs the rebound. He's on fire.
Like, I'd rather be doing anything else than play this game,
Knocked to the floor.
if I'm going to be honest.
To Jackson. He's on fire.
Though I probably shouldn't say I'd rather be doing anything else, because the next game isn't a better experience. Which I guess, moving on from, because this game is just this, right? You can supposedly I can choose between different players. Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's 3 players that you can combine into 2 players, however you want. There's there's stats and injuries and whatnot. Whatever. I don't know how much that affects the game. Probably if you're playing at a high level, that matters. But when you're just getting your ass beat by the CPU, it doesn't make a difference. So let's move on from this to a even worse time, which is the next game from the PS1 launch day that we have, and that is Power Serve 3D Tennis. If you couldn't guess from the name, it is a 3D tennis game. It has polygons and full of 3 dimensions. And it basically is what it says. Now, trying to figure out like the what and whys of this game is a bit tricky. It was developed by a studio called SPS. You can't really find much information on them. They seem to have been a port house, like a studio that ported games between regions and consoles throughout the 80s and 90s before just kind of petering out of existence in the early 2000s. And Ocean is a British, I think it's a British publisher, of not much repute. And so this is a PlayStation exclusive. This isn't a port from arcade or anything like that. This was made for the PlayStation's launch, specifically. And even though it was made for this console, it has the options of an arcade game. So let's just get into it here. You can do singles or doubles. You can do whatever kind of configuration you want. You can just watch the computer play itself. Or play with another player, or do this. You can do however many sets you want. There's, 3 different surface types, which I guess count for something? I don't know. And then you get some fun character select here. You get Legacy, Sunrise, Edwards, Lee, Abe, Cappuccino, Santos, and Gurifus. Good old Gurifus. So, I've been told that these are puns off of tennis players who were famous at the time. Like this is Andre Agassi, I guess. But I don't know anything about tennis, so who knows any? There's no way to know. There's no way for me to know who these people are supposed to be. Anyway, let's just play as Legacy here. We can choose who the computer can be. I don't particularly care. Let's go with our good friend Gurifus. And as you can see, this is in 3 dimensions with polygons, and it controls horribly. Also, the default camera view is first person for some reason. Let me adjust the audio here. Alright, this audio should be a bit better. Oh, and also if I don't do anything, it'll just stay like this. Look at that crowd. The crowd seems really wooden today. Yeah, alright. Like, you have to hit the button super early.
Love 30.
And even then... oh, look at that ball just phasing in and out of existence. Truly fine craftsmanship here. Like, I have to hit the serve button when the ball is, 2 feet above my racket, which feels weird. And then, of course, actually getting to the ball and the wind-up for, hitting it back is questionable. Or, the timing feels weird. If we do another camera angle here.
Game, Rocky Griffith. To serve.
More sensible camera angle.
15. Love.
The character doesn't move fast enough, the animation isn't fast enough.
30. Love.
Nothing makes any sense here.
40. Love.
It feels like there's no way that I could actually respond to these serves. Most of the time. And, the ball isn't even hitting the rackets. So, what's even going on here? And what is this music? What is this music?
Griffith, 2 games. 2. Love.
What is this music? I can just kind of scooch around. You see, it has to be at the top.
Love. 15.
And, yeah, just... None of the actual, physics of this makes any amount of sense.
Love.
This feels
30.
terrible to control because of, the weird animation wind-up here.
Love.
You'd have to play a lot of this to actually get any sense of, with the timing for anything. And it's generally just pretty terrible. All around it. And the game is just this. Right? You can do doubles. You can do 2-player.
Griffith, 2. 3 games. 2. Love.
But, it boils down to you hitting the circle button with weird timing. And then not having a chance in hell of returning a serve.
40. Love.
So yeah, I don't think I've ever won a point in this game in the times I've tried to play it. It's just a miserable experience.
3, 4 games. 2. Love 15.
Like, this is physically unpleasant.
Love 30. Love 40.
Like, I'm in physical pain playing this game.
Game Griffin.
Like, active discomfort.
Griffin. 2. 5 games. 2. Love 15. Love 30. Love 40. Love.
Yeah, I don't have any other commentary about this, really. Yeah, just the way he stops when he swings means that you can't, like, do, like, a lunging return. It's
Game, set, match. Griffin.
just very bad. I mean, it's polygonal, so it is 3D. Like, they do deliver on the promise of 3D tennis. I just wish that they didn't. Oh yeah, and after every game, you go straight back to the menu. That's how you know it's a quality product. And yeah, I would not recommend this to anyone for any reason that I could think of. This is the first game in the PlayStation's catalog that I actively hate because it's miserable. It's terrible. It has no redeeming qualities, other than maybe the funny player names. That brings us rather quickly to our final game today. Which is the Raiden Project. And it's a bit of a odd one. Because you don't get arcade compilations usually this early into a console's life. But here we are with a compilation of Raiden 1 and Raiden 2, the arcade shoot-'em-up games. Now I generally have I take issue with console versions of shoot-'em-ups. Because of the limited, like let's adjust settings here. Oh yeah, look at these polygonal models. So yeah, so you can set difficulty. You know, it's already set to easy because yeah. Hey, look, buttons. No miscellaneous. So the credit limit, you get 9 credits for each game. And you know, in an arcade, you can just put in quarters until you beat a game, and you can get good practice that way. But on a console, you know, when you have 9 credits, you're going to be playing the first couple levels over and over and over and over again. So it's a way more tedious way to get good at these things. That doesn't feel like a good value, because you know, you're buying these things for like, I don't know, $50. You're walking to like a Toys R Us EB Games in like 1995, buying this for like what $50, $40, $60 and like 95 money. So it's like like $80 nowadays, $100 nowadays. And you know, it's like oh yeah, you get like 9 credits per play. Like, why can't I have as many credits as I want? Like, if I want to get good at this thing, I'll get good at it over time. But you know, let me play the thing to get good at it. So yeah, this is Raid 1 from 1992, I think. 1991 or 1992 originally in arcades. It wasn't the most groundbreaking, I don't think, a shoot 'em up of the time, but it was one of the good ones. You know, this is before bullet hells became bullet hells, so it's only like a bullet heck, I guess. You know, there's bullets, and they're bad for you, and you have to avoid them. But you know, you don't have like a screen full of bullets usually. You know, the concept of bullets is still, I guess, somewhat new. Well, it's not somewhat new. I'm joking, but you know, it's not. I mean, it's still hard because I mean, look at my fire rate, my damage output. Like, I have to like do semi-auto if I want to have any kind of like fire rate here. And of course, being an arcade shoot-up, you know, it's hard. Like, it's not an easy game. It's pretty unforgiving when you die. Because this was before they invented the idea of being able to re-pick up your power-ups after you die. So you start off fresh, which if you're going into like a boss fight and you're starting off fresh after you die, like, you're not going to be able to get through the boss fight. So you end up in like this vicious feedback loop. That's not particularly fun. But for 91, this is fine. This is all right. But it's not 91 anymore. It's 1995, and this is the PlayStation. This is the home console. And as such, you know, what are we doing? Ah, I see, there we go. So I start off before the boss with unupgraded weapons. So that is complete garbage as far as checkpointing goes. And it makes Raiden 1 like a real bastard try to play. Yeah, so you get 9 continues, but the continue starts off at the beginning of the... Oh, well, not the beginning level, but still. It's... You know, like, the checkpoint is before boss, you have to do the boss in 1 life. And, you know, if you die once, you lose power-ups. So even just getting back to the boss is a hassle with this little pea shooter. As opposed to, you know, the upgraded laser gun I had before. So I'm going to be stuck at this boss. Like, I'm not going to get past this boss. I'd have to, like, restart the game if I want to try to beat the first boss. And that is kind of insane. See, look how long that took to kill that thing. Yep, there we go. So yeah, start the whole thing over again. This sucks. This isn't fun. No, I'm also not like a shoot 'em up guy. Like, this isn't my genre of choice for just about anything. You know, just jamming on this fire button all the time. You know, like, I'm old and my hands don't work as well anymore, so jamming on this button like this is unpleasant for me. You know, and holding it down just slows the rate of fire, which I don't know why you would do that as a game designer, other than just be an asshole. But games are assholes back in '91. And that's just the way it was. So here we go, back here again. I'm just jamming as much as I can on this fire button. Hey, there we go. Got it. So that's just stage 1. And it goes on like that. You know, it's a shoot 'em up. What do you want? It's a very old shoot 'em up. Even by the standards of 95 when the PlayStation came out. It's already like a 4-year-old game. So, the idea that people would want to like buy this for their brand new system is kind of insane. And yeah, you have like 2 flavors of power up, and you know you can wait for the power up thing to change color before picking it up. You know, so that's something. And I couldn't tell you how this compares to like I don't know, Gradius or Parodius. Well, not Parodius. Sorry, like you know, the major shoot 'em up franchises of the time. I don't know where Raiden fits in that. Like what, Gradius, Darius. What else did you have? But yeah, I could, you know, just keep continuing at this until around credits. Which, yeah, we can do that. Or we'll do one more credit and then play Raiden 2. Let's go for better guns. How about that? Yeah, let's see if we can make it to the second boss at all. Oh, nope, I got greedy. I got greedy there. I guess for me, like, this genre doesn't give me much of an incentive to, like, get good at it, because, you know, what's the reward for, you know, getting good at this game? Gore? Or, like, any of these kinds of games, shoot 'em ups. Oh, I got greedy. Yeah, getting greedy is real bad here because of the checkpointing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not gonna play the second boss. The second boss sucks. It's annoying. So we're going to get past this screen, and then let this time out. Or not continue, and then go look at Raiden 2. Oh wait, I have to restart. Hold on, let me restart the console. Get to Raiden 2, because again, it's 1995. But, you know, most shoot-em-ups don't have story or characters or anything other than just, you know, playing the same enemy encounters over and over and over again. And that's just not something that appeals to me, fundamentally. So even, like, the best games in this genre are kind of a bit beyond me. But Raiden 2 came out, I think, 93, so like 92, 93, after Raiden 1, obviously, by a year or two. And it's a much better game in every respect. It has a lot more going on, it has more power-ups, it has better looking enemies, better music. It's much more playable, let's say. But it's also, it also has like the holding down the button only gets you slow rate of fire, so you have to just jam on the fire button. While it has pretty much like the same enemy types, the sprites look better. It has a new weapon type, which as it upgrades, it turns into like a weird lock-on plasma thing. See, look at that animation there. That's nice in comparison. But again, this is still like a 2-year-old game. No, I should have done that. But the checkpointing in Raiden 2 is slightly better. Oh no, never mind, it's still pretty bad. I thought it got better. Oh well. Yeah, these kinds of old school shoot 'em ups, if they're your thing, they're your thing. If they're not, they very much are not. And I'm not having a good time playing this game. It also boggles my mind why someone would buy a new console and then get a collection of like some old arcade shooters to go with it. This seems like a weird choice for a launch game. Like, did anyone actually buy this thing? Like Ridge Racer is right there, Air Combat's right there, even Battle Arena to Shinden, God help us, is right there. Why buy the Raiden Project? And there are, modern shoot 'em ups like, well, modern in air quotes, like Cinemora or Jamestown that, have something, going on around the edges of the gameplay. And, that's fun. That's something for me to latch onto. That's some reason I have to play the game outside of just memorizing the enemy encounters. And yeah, I'm just jamming on the fire buttons here. Like, I'm hurting my fingers actively doing this. But this is still a neat looking thing, right? This is a neat looking weapon. Or like a plasma whip. But everything comes at a cost. And the cost is my fingers. And here's the first boss of this game. I'm just gonna bomb him, why not? He takes a lot to go down. The fire patterns are similar to the bosses in Raiden 1. Oh, there's 2 of them! Just like last time. because I was able to keep this upgrade, I was able to get through that fight better. And that's really the way it is. If you can get to the boss keeping a full level worth of upgrades, you know, you're probably going to beat it. If not, then you're stuck. I think the first I ever got was the level 5 or 6 boss. And that's why I did like a really determined run in this game. But yeah, like, playing this game well looks really cool and is satisfying, but the moment you die once, you're done. Ah, no, I should not have done that. There we go. Now we get to see what happens. Oh, and I'm back to this thing. And yeah, see, I'm able to get like some power-ups after I die. Yeah, again, it looks better, sounds better, but why are you getting this on the PlayStation? Oh, there we go. And that's about all I feel like playing of that. You know, my hands hurt now. And I'm not going to do this again. So yeah, that is our third batch of PS1 launch games. Not particularly encouraging, I would say. But, you know, not everything can be air combat. Well, and not everything can be Kalik the DNA imperative either. Definitely a mixed bag on $9.95. But we'll keep on keeping on, and next time we're going to look at the last set of PlayStation launch games, which will be Rayman, Ridge Racer, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, and Total Eclipse Turbo. That's also a very mixed bag, but we'll see more about that next time. Until then, stay safe.